walked in the Gucci store and left. It's like you didn't buy anything while you were there. That doesn't need to be a part of the narrative. It's almost like irrelevant.
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was at? Wait, do you think I didn't take any classes at school?
What's that?
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was there?
You don't go on LinkedIn and list a school with an incomplete degree.
I'm not on. That's not. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Is my website LinkedIn?
Number one.
Wait, no. I'm just a question. Just a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
The reason
is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn? Can you answer a single question I'm going to ask you? Or do you really just do this steamroll bullshit on every guest you bring on so you can like look good? I know you're hungry for my clout, so I know you want me to stay here, okay? So let me ask you. I'm just asking you a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
Destiny.
That's a super easy yes or no question. Is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn?
I just want to establish who you really are before we get going. Let's establish who you really are. You don't have to hide from, like, for example, let's look at it on the other side.
Well, no. How about this?
You said to me, Marquette, did you go to Berkeley and get a degree? I would say, sir, I did that in 3 years. Yes, I did. If you said, then did you go to Johns Hopkins University and take a master's degree while working full time? I'd say, yes, that's correct. So it's like the same thing. I wouldn't have like a long story. I'd just say, yes, that's correct, or no, that's incorrect. So the question is, why when we're verifying yours, like, you getting all defensive?
Okay, is my website LinkedIn?
Why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not defensive. You asked me. You're reading my biography. You're reading my website.
Everyone knows the answer.
Listen, Chief. If you go to my Wikipedia page, it says UNO on it. Ask them why they include it. I don't know. Some people like to know what you did.
Stop with the red hair.
What I did was people asked me, what is my education? What is my educational background? I did some college, and I wrote where I went to college. I didn't say I have a degree.
Very good. Very good. Now, truth be told, did you fail to complete your degree because of school or because you're a screw up? Did you fail to complete your degree because of work or because you're a screw up?
I mean, I probably could have tried harder to do both, I guess.
You guess. So I'm asking you straight, like, was it work or are you a screw up?
Well, I don't think it was possible to finish that degree in 4 or 5 years while working overnight and providing for myself. I don't think it was possible for me to do it.
Okay, so your story, I just want to make sure I understand. So your narrative is that you as a young white kid enrolled, did you have any kids or like, do you have any children you're providing for?
I have one, but not at the time, no.
I said at that time. Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
I'm paying attention. Dog, this is super fucking cringe. If you want me to stay, I just need you to turn the cringe down like at least like 5 points.
Did you have any children?
So aggressive. I didn't have any children at the time, no.
Okay. So I'm just trying to establish who you are, right?
You're not. You're trying to railroad a narrative of me to like poison the well in front of your audience.
Like I'm not. No. We're going to get into it. We're just establishing who you are because the internet is filled with charlatans. You're one of them.
I am. Yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely one of them. And I want it to be clear. And that's why we're agreeing on the facts.
There's a reason why I've been here for 12 years and you're going to be gone in 2. But okay, Mr. Charlatan Exposer, go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah. So your story is that you didn't have any kids. You're a young white kid in university and you couldn't complete university because you were working a job. That's your story?
That's my story. Good job. Nice. You can read. I guess you learned that at Johns Hopkins, huh? Getting that master's degree?
Got you. I see. So I just want to, okay, so now we have that. You went to university and basically dropped out and you have this long story about, I had to have a job.
It's not really a long story. It's like 1 sentence long. Maybe that's long for you. I don't know. Maybe you're not a great reader, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you need to go for the PhD instead, but it's not that long. It seemed like you read it pretty quickly.
And then in terms, I'm just going through your website real quick because I want to have some background.
Cool. You can go through my Wikipedia as well. I have one of those, if that makes you more impressed, I looked for yours and I couldn't find one, so but
who you are. I can see that you're very proud of Internet Cloud. We're going to clarify all of that.
Well, I'm not just proud of Internet Cloud. I mean, I have a big bank account too. I mean, what do you want to compare? I mean, you can do whatever you want.
We can compare bank accounts. You see, you haven't done your research clearly. You see, you're one of those goofballs that you think the internet is everything. I'll give you a quick example real quick of how I look at you.
Gotcha.
This is how I look at you.
Okay.
So I have a buddy of mine, is Michael Bloomberg, right? I have more YouTube.
I'm sure you do, man.
Right?
I just got off the phone with my friend Soros, and he told me all about you, so don't worry. I know what's up here, okay?
Hold on one second. So I have more YouTube subscribers than Michael Bloomberg, right? But Michael Bloomberg is way more important than me in real life. And in real life, it turns out that that's the real measure.
Yeah, but Michael Bloomberg's not begging for my clout on his failed YouTube channel. So I think that's the difference between you and Bloomberg there. But go ahead.
Hold on one second, my dear.
Also, Michael Bloomberg also has a Wikipedia article, so technically I've got more in common with him than you do. But
Well, Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry at all, dude. Why do you think I'm angry? Do you think if you just keep saying you're angry, you think you can empath that into my brain?
Here's the thing about people like you, it's the dishonesty that gets
me. I'm so dishonest. That's why my whole life story is on my website, my dude. Hold on
1 second.
Tell me how dishonest I am. I got all the seconds in the world, my dude.
You take all the time to go through my clips. Before you played my clip on your channel, I'd never heard of you.
Bruv, I still haven't heard of you. I still have no idea who the fuck you are. The only reason I played anything of your channel is because a woman messaged me. I had a conversation with her, and then I watched her on your show.
You have to overtalk.
Oh, okay, go for it. If I have a chance to respond, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely you will. Absolutely. It's just that you just lied and you claimed that someone's using you for clout when last I checked, you made a live stream and you brought my clip on there. And then you did a second live stream and you watched my clip at length. So you brought me into the situation. I didn't bring you into the situation, so don't lie about that. Now the floor is yours to respond directly to you claiming I'm using you for clout when you brought me onto your stream twice via video and at length the second time. Feel free to respond to that.
Gotcha. So I still don't know who you are. By the time this conversation is over, I'm not going to know who you are because you are nobody. The only reason why your clip was on my stream is because a lovely young lady came and talked to me about some racial-related issues, and then somebody pointed out that she was also on your show, so I watched that show for her appearance on there. I don't know who you are. I know who she is. I watched a couple segments from that, and that's the extent to how I'm familiar with your content.
Did you actually address the question? I see you're having trouble focusing.
So the thing that you said was, I actually wrote them down because I know people like you have trouble focusing. So you said you brought my clip and then I watched the live stream at length and I didn't bring you into the situation. I responded to all three of those points directly by saying that the only clips that I watched had the lady on my stream that was on your show, and that's the only reason I watched those clips. Is there some part of that that you didn't understand?
So the point was this. I'll help you out. The point was this.
I don't need any help. I just need you to enunciate, like actually like verbalize your thoughts. Yeah, go for it.
You completed your response.
Okay.
The point was this, that you made an accusation that I was pursuing you for clout. When the opposite is true. You brought me onto your stream 2 times, and the second time you played my clip at length, which is to say, when you bring up me in conversation, then you've now engaged interaction. So you're being dishonest to suggest that for some reason I came out of nowhere to try to utilize you for clout, because truth be told, I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to why you deserve no respect.
Terrain.
Okay, so the first time I watched it was because my friend was on your stream. The second time was because you were making a response. Oh, well, excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you got to go live with a title like "Expose Destiny, the Racist Gamer and the Lie of Homophobia." It's pretty clear that you're clout sharking, but I enjoy it, so here we are.
Ah, I see. So why would I be chasing clout? Tell me more about that one.
You're looking for those YouTube subs.
YouTube subs? Mm-hmm. How does that make me money?
How does it make you money? I don't know. Everybody, it's not usually about the money. Usually people want influence, and more subs is more viewers, is more influence. There's a reason why you're probably not happy with the 10K viewers per video you get. That's my guess.
I see. So right now you're making a lot of assumptions, and they happen to all be wrong and have no foundation and evidence. You're guessing. It's a supposition. So we'll just skip that because it's irrelevant because it doesn't go anywhere.
Because it's true and everybody can see it, but that's fine. We can skip that.
Bree said, "What a scrub! Dude didn't even go to Creighton." Artist said, "Roast this. Peace to the Saints."
Yeah.
Solon said, "Peace to the Saints. The big homie's gonna give him the business. Hope people will learn from this. Now he has to give the clown the sledgehammer." Carry on. Yeah.
And another thing I noticed about your personal life, and I think it's important to know who the speaker is, and I'm sharing this with you right now so that you can correct it if it's incorrect, because of course you know yourself. So in your personal life, my understanding is that you got married and then you got divorced, and you had a child with the first woman you got divorced from, and then you got with another woman. Like, would you break that all down for us real quick?
No, I don't really think I need to break down my personal life. I don't know how it's relevant to this conversation. I'm good on that.
I'll tell you why it is relevant.
Okay, tell me, go ahead.
Because when you're talking about, well, number one, when you're out in front as a leader, you should have merit and you should have traits that are admirable. That's number one. Especially when you're getting into politics, you're getting on the side of lobbying. Yes, for sure, it's important to know who you are. And that's why every time someone steps out front, they're stepping under a microscope. Now, in your case, you're an individual who's divorced, You're an individual who has a child that's being raised essentially not by you. And you're now in an open, what you call a marriage, but it's certainly not a marriage. That's an abuse of the term. And this is why we should give out civil unions to more people, especially those who have alternative practices. But you are in a situation where you've had a series of very unfortunate relationships. And this is important to know about you.
So if I am a leader, I will showcase the traits that I think are admirable. I think I've accomplished quite a bit in my life, given the background that I come from. I do not need to throw up every part of my personal life for random clout sharks like you on a show. If you want to know more about my personal life, you're welcome to visit my YouTube channel, my Wikipedia, or you can come to my stream and ask questions in my chat like every other subscriber does. And in terms of a series of unfortunate relationships, I'm pretty happy with how my life has turned out. I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty happy with my current relationships right now. So, but also, again, to be clear, I don't feel the need to allow a stranger like you to go through my life with a fine-tooth comb. That's really fucking weird.
Well, there's no need to curse. I don't know if you're getting angry about this, but your child, for example, would be in a better situation if they're being raised by their two biological parents. All the data indicates such. These are the things that we're pointing out. It's indication of mistakes in your life. It's not that people don't make mistakes. It's just that if you're going to step out and be hypercritical of other people, then you probably want to kind of be a little bit more together. And
do you think do you think that you have to have a perfect life to be critical of other people?
I did not say that. I actually just said the opposite. I said that people make mistakes, but I said you should be a little more together if you were paying attention.
Okay, so I'm just curious. Are you ever going to answer a question I ask, or is it always the games with you?
What is your question?
So my question is do you have to be a perfect person to be critical of other people?
I just stated, and I'll repeat it, and then I'll re-answer it again. So I'll answer it 3 times total. You said, do you have to be a perfect...
Uh-oh. There's connection this time? Fuck, this is gonna be like an Alex Stein tier conversation with this dude. I was hoping he would at least be able to do like a back and forth, but it's just like he's like a younger version of Jesse Lee Peterson, except he probably doesn't have like a stroke or two in his medical history to justify how absolutely brain dead he is. Or incapable of engaging. Oh, how disappointing. But I guess there's a reason why, right? There's like a prerequisite like threshold for IQ that you can have in order to even be engaged in these fucking communities, right? Like typically at like 105, most of them are going to bleed out by the time they're 22. Like there's no way that you stay in like a mind rock community this long. Although this guy's story is exceptional because if you watch the past videos, at one point in his life he was like a pretty smart dude. That's like the thing that blows my mind the most. When you watch where he comes from, because I was expecting to dig into this dude's background, he's like a total fucking moron, but he's not. He's actually like pretty smart. Like I watched him talk to other people where he seemed smart. He was in business, seemed smart. I don't know if it's like a grift that he does on on his show just to like earn money from like random suckers on YouTube or what, but I hope that at least his audience can recognize it. Like, if somebody wants to have a talk with me, you can go on my YouTube channel. Like, I'll engage back and forth with anybody, and it's not going to be like a 15-minute conversation on like, well, didn't you go to school and drop out? Well, didn't you get divorced? Blah blah blah. Oh shit. Oh hey, you're back. What's up, brother? How you doing?
we certainly were not brothers, but. Please forgive me, my internet went out. You had asked me a question before we...
Yeah, I was just curious. Do you think you need to be perfect to criticize other people?
Well, firstly, I don't think criticizing other people, I think you're probably more rightly thinking individuals. In the case of your racism, you were criticizing a people, and we'll get to that later. But to be critical of individuals, I think that's really useless. But to be critical of people's ideas and their life ways, I think it's certainly appropriate that you be someone who is an example. And this is why we don't like to see hypocrisy in religious leaders, because we expect them at some level to walk a straight path. So the answer is that you are not ever going to be perfect, but you should be a better example. And in your case, having an ex-wife, being a divorcee, having a child that you're not raising in your home with that biological mother, and being in an open relationship, I think it's an abomination, not to mention your sexual practices.
Okay, so can you give me an example of one piece of advice I've given that you think is inappropriate for me to speak on? Just one piece of thing, something where I've said it and you're like,
I appreciate your question. Real quick, I'm going to read this one by Jabrazi, and all of the folks, your fans included, feel free to send in any questions, because I do want them to be able to ask us questions and engage.
They can always super chat it to me. They don't have to ship you money, but I'm glad that you're really excited to get
shout out to Jabrazi. He writes, I got way more views than Destiny, and I can tell you don't need to be a stand-up guy to get viewers, clearly, but play to the popular narrative or make content that confirms people's biases. Oh, indeed. And the funny thing about you is, like, you're irrelevant in the real world, and for some reason being a video game player and having internet clout makes you think that you're cool. And the even more curious thing about you that I really find entertaining and quite petty is that
you're not going to answer my question. He's actually not going to answer my question. He just skipped it completely.
You looking at me and seeing that you're inferior, you go to the one thing that you think you have.
I'll ask it again, I guess.
So I think he was Googling direct by Breezy when that super.
Okay, wait, so let me understand. I'll just ask then. So am I not allowed to ask any question or respond? Just tell me and I can leave now.
You're already being dishonest because you already asked me a question and I answered it 3 times.
Okay, so then can I ask, so then when you're making assertions about my character, can I ask you a question?
Relax 1 second.
Well, I'm not gonna be your dog, my dude.
You're having trouble on the hot seat right now. You're trying your best to change the narrative, and you're also lying.
Well, I hope that your fans can see that you are unwilling or unable to engage with a single question that I ask. And I guess the strategy here, a little man that just screams at an opponent and tries to character assassinate until they, I guess, get them to leave the interview.
One thing about you that was a lie. We're talking.
Do you think that character assassination is only a lie? Is that the truth? Do you think that's true right there?
Why does the truth bother you?
I never said the truth bothered me.
You really are bothered.
I never.
Situation rather than take action to solve it.
Okay, Marquette, let me help you understand something. Okay.
My life experience precludes me from speaking on it. I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Why are you so bothered for people to know what you're about?
How can you say that I'm bothered for people to know about when you're reading this information off of my website that I chose to put on there? You say your world is kind of falling apart? If you want to know anything about me, it's on my Wikipedia, it's on my website, and it's on my YouTube videos, my dude. The only reason you know anything about me is because I've chosen to put it out there. So I'll repeat again for the 6th time. I don't know how many times you got to do it for the Johns Hopkins kid, but why is it, what is a piece of advice that I've given that you think I can't give because of my life experience? Can you tell me this one?
Yeah, okay, here I got an answer to that one.
Oh, cool, thank you. It only took 6 times. Okay, go for it.
Here we go. You said, what's a piece of advice that you shouldn't be giving, right? Based on your experience. And experience is like kind of like what you do, right? Mm-hmm. So here's one. I want to make sure.
Oh, you're just going to play YouTube clip. Damn, you really can't engage at all.
No, it's for you. It's of you. So it's of you. So just check this out.
How disappointing.
And this one points out a couple interesting things. I just like to use primary sources here.
His values, consistency of values, has outright been caught out as a hypocrite by himself. He just did it on his own, all because of NFTs. Now, this was what everyone of them.
Wait, so this is some advice you're about to give, right?
Every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is. Every one of them. Basically scams. I consider that all of crypto is too, man. People never stop talking about crypto. I know, I wish it was like a big macro. There needs to be a macro count on human behavior because we all grow up making fun of certain people, and then we all grow up and we do that behavior.
Okay, so now let me finish this point off. So number one, you were just on camera stating that people should not get NFTs because it's a big scam. So Destiny just said NFTs are a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We're trying to find a bigger sucker. It's a scam. NFTs are a scam. So that's what he said. Now look at the same guy, Destiny. Here we go. Let's hear what he says now when he can make a buck off of it.
Right? When I grew up, people made fun of motherfuckers that sold Avon, Mary Kay, Amway, but like, bro, I'm going to his audience. I know. I think the idea behind this is you can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and then you get an NFT that you can autograph by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god. Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. They buy their NFT.
Which puts out there. Okay. Legendary, which puts out there.
And he just self-proclaimed that he has legendary Twitch clips. So now let me summarize my answer to your question. Your question was, based on your experience, what should you not be able to give advice about? Based on your experience, we just observed you state out of your mouth that NFTs are a scam. Then we looked at a separate video clip where you realized that you could make money off of NFTs. So what did you do? You started scamming. And who just started scamming? Your